I've always thought that boxing is an art. It is. I look at it like a ballet. In this case, it's a ballet with bruises.
Yeah, if this is art, these are two artists attacking the canvas with Louisville sluggers.
And a lot of purple paint. At this point, I don't see this going the distance. Somebody's got to get stopped on a lump, stopped on a cut, but stopped. Neither man will be knocked out. It's got to be the swelling and the blood that will end this fight.
It's not a night to be wearing a white tux at ringside. We're in the 4th round, scheduled to go 8, welterweight fight. Fieldhouse out of Wayne, New Jersey, 10-1-3, and Tricarico out of Brooklyn is 9-3-1.
It's you hit me and I'll hit you.
This crowd has been wildly into this one right from the first bell, and they're giving these fighters a standing ovation at the end of every round.
Bob, neither guy will ever challenge Donald Curry or the likes of him. But can you ask for anything more from the fighter? These guys are giving it everything and then some.
You know, we've been talking about the excitement and all the hitting going on. Is there any strategy taking place out there?
Well, Tricarico is trying to keep Fieldhouse on the end of that long jab. But Fieldhouse is so gutty, he keeps walking right into Tricarico. There he's making a mistake when he covers up. He's got to come in and throw punches. Fieldhouse is getting rocked now. Now he's in trouble.
Tricarico really hammered him in toward the corner.
The mouthpiece of one of the guys gone. I didn't see which one it was.
Looks like Fieldhouse has lost
his. Yes, it was.
His.
Because he's having trouble breathing through the nose. That mouthpiece of his is not affording. He's got to open his mouth to breathe. So he got it knocked out.
Earlier we saw Tricarico losing his, pausing to put it back in, dropping his hands, and Fieldhouse giving him the opportunity to do so without being attacked. Oh, another strong right by Mike Tricarico.
Fieldhouse sold several hundred tickets here tonight, and the crowd normally will come to its feet when he lands a hard shot. Right now, they're about their quietest they've been since the opening bell. Tricarico has to stop and regroup.
7 seconds away from the halfway point of this 8-round welterweight war. As we come back for round 5 of the scheduled 8-rounder, the referee and the doctors are watching both of these fighters very, very closely. It can't go on much longer, Randy.
I don't think so. Both guys are in such outstanding condition. They always are. Fieldhouse has been stopped on only one occasion. That was last September 18 in Atlantic City when Tony Corrado stopped him in 3 rounds. He was on his feet when the fight was stopped. And he claims to have been sick on that particular night. You know, I've got to believe him because look at him tonight. He has absorbed some punishment.
How would you score the fight up to this point?
I've got Tricarico way out in front, but every round that he's winning, you can just hold your fingers apart by about a millimeter.
This is not a large ring here at Ice World. Further limiting the space to run when two guys like this get together.
A little under 20 feet inside those ropes. That right hand of Tricarico, that is a ripping shot.
These guys look like they've been boxing 5 rounds in a telephone booth right now. Nowhere to hide.
And every time these guys are landing a shot, it's leaving an impression. Tricarico is lucky. He's got the experience of Howie Albert in that corner. Howie, who's the co-manager of former great Emil Griffith and former featherweight champ Juan Laporte, knows what he's doing.
Tricarico looking very strong right now.
That left hook to the body hurt Fieldhouse bad. The right leg almost came off the floor with that one. And now the jab of Tricarico, setting it all up. Blood smeared on the face of Fieldhouse coming from both nostrils. A cut around his left eye. Having trouble breathing is Fieldhouse. his mouth hanging open. The only problem physically with Mike Tricarico now is that horrible swelling around his right eye, which Howie Albert has done such a remarkable job keeping down.
Yeah, it looked like it was ready to close right up in the second round.
Oh, it will be closed by tomorrow if they don't keep that heavy pressure on long after this fight is over.
Just over 30 seconds remaining in round 5.
There's a cut, a small cut underneath the left eye of Tricarico. Both guys in great shape to the body, too. Both guys have been getting hit hard there. If they weren't in shape, both of them would have been on the floor by now. The year is young, and this one already one of the club fights of the year. This will be on the list of top 10.
Round 5 coming to a close.
Absorbing Junior.
Round 6 begins. Kevin VIELDHOUSE got a very tentative seal of approval from the fight doctors here to continue on.
Kevin VIELDHOUSE had a picnic in his last fight in February, winning a 6-round decision over Curtis Bush. It was nothing like this. I mean, I thought this would be just an outstanding fight. It has been much more than that. VIELDHOUSE out fast. A triple jab and a right hand behind it. All landed on the face of Tricarico.
Tricarico, 4 knockouts in 13 professional bouts. In 14, VIELDHOUSE has 3 KOs to his credit.
There's blood on the shoulders of both guys, on the back of both guys. I don't even know where it's coming from at this point. These guys are springing leaks all over the place.
I heard somebody in VIELDHOUSE's corner a couple of rounds ago say, "You've stopped bleeding." That's probably because it's coming out of somewhere else. And both fighters have lost their mouthpieces now.
Both are in such hurting condition, but both, this is what they're doing. They're reaching down now, way inside of themselves to pull up something extra. This is what the greats can do. And not that these guys are great, but their hearts are great. Both men want victory so bad. Both men refuse to lose. VIELDHOUSE got hit with a right hand on the chin, and he actually fell into a clinch. He could have been on his way down. He had that look in his eyes.
Less than a minute remaining in round 6.
But this has been a good round for VIELDHOUSE.
Tricarico with a heavy right and another.
Oh, is Tricarico leaning into that right hand. Tomorrow, no question about it, will be sunglasses day for both of these guys. Tomorrow, there's no question about it. These guys are going to hurt in places they didn't even know they had places.
20 seconds remaining. Round 6, scheduled to go 8.
These guys haven't landed an easy punch tonight. Everything has been designed to knock the man out, like that right hand.
Tricarico rocked VIELDHOUSE with a right. Kevin not giving in, though. Tricarico scoring big at the end of round 6. But as far as the fans are concerned, this one is pretty much of a standoff right now. And they are standing themselves at the end of every single round. 6 of them gone, 2 more remain.
There's that end-swell device, that heavy metallic device. You once saw me do a demonstration of that on the USA Network. We'll do it again for you, how it's used. You put the heavy pressure on, you lean on it, you move the fluid away. It's called the edema. You hold it there and move it back towards the ear canal. It keeps the swelling down.
As if you need to see more. Here it is.
Round 6, unquestionably the most heavy artilleried round in the fight. Both guys gave. Early in the round, it was all VIELDHOUSE knocking out Tricarico's mouthpiece. Then it was Tricarico's turn. Let me get this note.
Move in with the jab. Keep pressing. Don't let him press you. Press him. Move that head and stay down. Come on now. Let's go. Give it all you got. I got him to go out.
There has to be a point in a fight like this, Randy Gordon, when strategy and things like that sort of go out the window and all that's left is aggression and a lot of heart.
Tricarico just glanced over at me. Gave a look. I've been at ringside for several of his fights in Atlantic City. I've been at several of Kevin VIELDHOUSE's fights in Atlantic City. We've seen VIELDHOUSE before on the USA Network. Both guys to talk to them after a fight, before a fight, as gentlemanly as he can be. But right now, all either guy can think about is winning. There's that right hand by Tricarico. I don't know what is keeping VIELDHOUSE up.
The man from Brooklyn, scoring heavily now over Wayne, New Jersey's Kevin VIELDHOUSE.
In New Jersey, the standing 8 count is in effect.
The doctors want to stop the fight. They're waving at the referee who hasn't seen them. Now he does, and that's it.
I don't know if that's it or the doctor just wants to take a look at VIELDHOUSE. I do believe that's the end of the fight. A good call by the doctor. Steve Smoger was trying to give each combatant the benefit of the doubt, but at that point, VIELDHOUSE really wasn't returning the shots. He was rocking every time he got hit. The biggest victory of Mike Tricarico's young career. 25-year-old Mike Tricarico made a lot of fans around the country tonight, and so did the loser. No loser, Kevin VIELDHOUSE.
You're right. What was that war movie, The Longest Day? I feel like I just watched it. That was a long, nearly 7 rounds for both of these fighters.
Well, when I heard this fight was signed a few weeks ago, I've been counting the hours to this fight. You see why.
To the ring we go. Ring announcer Ed Darien will give us the final results of this nearly 7-round war between Mike Tricarico and Kevin VIELDHOUSE.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the advice of physician Dr. Paul T. Williams, referee S. Steve Smoger stops this bout at 48 seconds of the 7th round, and a winner by a TKO, the Italian stallion, Mike Tricarico. And have a nice round of applause for Kevin VIELDHOUSE.
Mike Tricarico now with a record of 10-3-1, 5 KO.